President Trump is directing his administration to create a sovereign wealth fund. These government-run investment funds take stakes in different kinds of financial assets and are common in oil-rich countries like Abu Dhabi, China, and Saudi Arabia. Trump says the fund will reduce tax burdens on families and small businesses, establish economic security for future generations, and promote U.S. economic leadership around the world. So let's bring in ABC News business reporter Alexis Christoforous to break it down for us. So, Alexis, thanks for coming on. How and when could this happen, and what are the pros and cons here? How does this work?
All great questions. We didn't get a lot of clarity from President Trump in the Oval Office when he announced this on the campaign trail. He talked a lot about wanting to put together a sovereign wealth fund. It's nothing new. It's been around for about half a century, and lots of other countries, as you said, have one. The difference between those countries and ours is they use their budget surpluses as a way to capitalize or fund these sovereign wealth funds. We don't have that in this country. In the past 50 years, we've had a surplus about 5 times. I believe the last time was in 2001. So you have a lot of these non-Western countries with natural resources like oil and gas. They're using the surplus from those resources and investing with these funds. And look, initially, the objective is pretty admirable. They're supposed to help the economies of that country and put money away for future generations.
Now, Trump also hinted that he could potentially use this fund to buy TikTok. How would that work?
Right. Again, not a lot of clarity. He did mention it when he signed this executive order. Trump looking into the executive order, by the way, doesn't create the fund. It creates a group of people who will then figure out whether or not it makes sense to have this fund. But we know that President Trump has said he wants to be part of orchestrating a deal to sell TikTok to a U.S. entity to allow it to continue to operate here. He's thinking that perhaps this fund could help make that investment. He also has said he wants the U.S. to have a 50% stake in TikTok. Not quite sure how that would work, though.
President Trump didn't say where this money would come from, but it would require congressional approval.
Right.
So what happens next?
So he has said in the past that his tariffs and, quote, other intelligent things would help to put money into this fund. There's not a timeline yet. And look, while it could be an admirable thing to want to put money aside for future generations, this can also become very political very quickly. There are concerns that there wouldn't be enough transparency and that there would be a lot of conflict of interest because these investments would be run at the end of the day by our government.
All right, business reporter Alexis Christoforous, thank you.
Welcome.